Gamer extraordinaire Tom is 17 years old. A rare item scam took all of his money. Meet Linda, a former teacher who is 62 years old. She lost $50,000 on an investment chance. These people have nothing in common, right? You ask to yourself. Not right. They'll meet by chance. At the end of this movie, I promise you'll see why you're not safe from scams. The gamer's bet. Tom is in his game chair, and his controller is moving all over the place. He sees a message on his screen: exclusive in game item, 90% off. His eyes get bigger. He has finally gotten the sword he has been dreaming about for months. Tom isn't rich. He has saved his allowance and gift money for many years. But this deal? Way too cool to miss. His mind starts to work. I'll win the game if I get this now. Also, my friends will be jealous of me. It doesn't occur to Tom to use his debit card to make the move. His heart is racing as he waits for the item in his collection for 5 minutes. Then 10. Nothing. Maybe the servers are slow, he thinks. Something doesn't seem right. When Tom gets back from calling customer service, he taps his foot angrily. Hours go by. No answer. The dread in his gut gets worse. He feels sick when he types the seller's name into Google. Forum after forum tells the same stories. Scammed! Lost all my money. Don't trust this seller. There is panic. Tom tries very hard to back out of the deal, but it's too late. The money was lost in the digital void. How did this happen? He should know how to use technology, right? The kid who knows a lot about computers that everyone talks to. Because Tom wanted to believe, he didn't listen to these signs. The deal was too good, and the thing was too tempting. His desire made it hard for him to make good decisions, and now he's paying for it. Tom looks at his screen in shock as his wallet is emptied and his pride is hurt. He says, well, at least it can't get worse. Hey, Tom, you should have known. Linda shows up across town. She hums and smiles as she checks her email. Linda, I wish you knew what was going to happen. A story for another time. Golden chance for the teacher. You might be thinking, Tom was ripped off. Just a kid. Adults would never be fooled by that. There's no way Linda won't show you how wrong you are. She is going through her email when she comes across an interesting message. The title yells, Exclusive Investment Opportunity. Linda is smart now. Since she taught for many years, she has a good nest egg. But lately, she's thought about growing that nest egg even more quickly. When she opens the email, it looks like it's real. Large graphs, expertly made pictures, and so on. The testimonials, it's like they're on a different level. Linda is interested. The investment advisor and Linda talk about it, and Linda chooses to try it. She moves around a bit to see how things are going. She's up 20% after a week. Linda, who isn't a math teacher, knows that's good. Linda goes all in after being inspired by what she has done. Over the next few months, she sends more money. Her monitor for investing shows huge gains. Linda is thrilled and is planning her fancy trips now that she has cash. Then be quiet. No more weekly reports. Linda is having trouble getting in because the site is down. She calls and texts, but doesn't hear back. The sinking feeling hit her at that moment. The exact feeling Tom had when he was tricked. Linda is doomed to fail. $50,000 gone right away. By the end of the day, she had spent all of her retirement money in a flash. What will she say to her family? What are her kids going to think? Linda, the smart teacher, was ripped off online? Why do con artists always try the same things with different people? It's really not hard. They don't want your tech or teaching skills. We all have hope, and they do too. A chance for the future, a quick way to succeed, and a deal that will change your life. Hope sometimes makes us ignore clear red flags. The burn of slow realization. It's one thing to ignore signs. How long can someone keep lying to themselves after the scam? Tom thought he was the only one who felt embarrassed, but he's about to meet people who have been there and are still getting better. Tom stays sad in his room for days on end. His mom is worried. She tells him to join a group for scam victims. Yes, Tom answers. An odd group of grandmothers talking about Nigerian princes? Hard pass. Tom reluctantly does what his mom says. What can he do to get her to stop bothering him? Tom thinks that the community center will be full of old people with hearing aids. In front of the door, he freezes. There are people his age, middle-aged people, and older people. A strange mix of people who are all together because they were fooled. Tom's jaw drops when other people talk. These plans are different from his, but they seem strangely similar. Wanting to make money quickly, feeling like you need to act right away, and slowly realizing that something is wrong. It looks like they have the same plot. When a woman talks, Tom almost falls off his chair. Mrs. Thompson, his old English teacher, was named Linda, someone who always looked classy and put together. Why is she here? Tom is shocked when Linda tells him about her business fraud. He didn't figure out he was tricked for days, but Linda? A few months. As the value of her fake investment rose, she thought she had won the prize. But it all went down. As the group talks about red flags they missed, Tom has a feeling of déjà vu. Too good to be true, pressure to act quickly, and hard to understand reasons for mistakes. Tom and Linda now know they missed the same warning signs in two different goods. Maybe I'm not so stupid, Tom thinks as he sits there. Linda might not be as cut off either. Being scammed doesn't care who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a kid, a teacher, or someone in between. It cares that you're a person with hopes and goals that can be used against you. Playbook for everyone. You might think that con artists use different tricks on different people. Is it possible that there is a plan that works for most people? What Tom and Linda find out will shock them. The boss of the group gets a pen and goes to the whiteboard. Okay, everyone. Write down what you wish you knew about these scams before you fell for them. Tom and Linda write while looking at each other's sheets. They look over each other's notes when they're done. The replies they gave are eerily similar. As they explain their plans, they seem to be taking ideas from the same fraudulent script. The leader says that con artists use our mindset against us, no matter what age or class we are. It turns out that our brains are set up to be easy to trick. Tom puts up his hands. Wait, so that whole limited time offer thing, that's a real tactic? The boss gives a thumbs up. Our name for that is the scarcity trick. It makes you act quickly and without thinking. Linda's eyes get bigger. That's exactly what happened to me with the investment opportunity. What do both those who were hurt wish they knew? When you feel like something is wrong, trust your gut. It's not perfect, but it's a start. Tom and Linda agree, remembering the doubts they didn't listen to. The boss then uses data from other people. Do you remember those great reviews? Scammers use them to make themselves look real. Linda cries out, I fell for that hook, line, and sinker. Same, says Tom. When so many people said the thing was great, I should have known it was too good to be true. When Tom and Linda look at each other again after the lesson, they understand each other better. It's not that different after all. People, young and old, tech-savvy and not. Scammers can target all of us if they know how to play on our emotions. Real code to cheat? Be aware of these tricks and careful. It makes you less likely to be scammed, but not impossible. The cat and mouse game is off to a great start. Tom and Linda are no longer victims of theft by chance as they leave the community center. No, they've moved on to being scam survivors with a lot of experience, like being able to use a new life character class. Why do experts keep saying that these two show that anyone could be a target? It's not because con artists can read thoughts. It doesn't matter if you have a smartphone or a flip phone. They care about how people are, their hopes, their fears, and the quickest ways to get ahead. The worst part is that knowing all the tricks scammers use isn't enough to keep you safe. Not being afraid to talk about it. It's not fun to share awkward times. Think about it. Linda and Tom would not have fallen for those tricks if they had heard similar stories. So, what's your scam story? Don't worry, we've all got one. Sharing them might just save someone else from the same fate. And that's it for today. Why do you always stay till the end? Because you're awesome, that's why. See you in the